Okay, so for this stitch we are going to be chaining 25 plus 1. Okay, the plus 1 is our turning chain, of course. Now this stitch can be done in multiples of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you like. But of course you need to make sure that you've got your chain count to match. Right, so for this one we are going to be doing blocks of 4. Okay, so we are going to pop a slip knot on our hook and we're going to chain up 25 plus 1. And plus 1. Okay, so now we are going to work on to row number 1. Okay, so for row number 1 we are going to skip 1 stitch and pop a single crochet into the second chain along. Then we are going to chain 4. Now we're going to look down at our chain. We are going to skip 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, and into the 5th chain we are going to pop a single crochet and chain 4. Skip 4 into the 5th chain, a single crochet, chain 4, skip 4 into the 5th chain, a single crochet. Okay, so it should be looking something like this. Now we're going to chain 4, skip 4, and into the 5th chain pop a single crochet. Last time, chain 4, and into that last chain, which it should be a skip 4, and into the 5th chain pop a single crochet. Okay, so that is the end of your second row. Now we are going to chain 1 and turn our work and start onto row number 2. So for this one, pop a single crochet into the top of that single crochet, and then on each of our chains we are either going to place in or around, depending on which method you prefer, 4 single crochets, and then into each single crochet in the row below we're also going to pop in a single crochet. So this is quite a nice easy row. Okay, so that's 4 in or around your chain, and the 5th one in. Now we'll do that all the way along, and that'll bring our stitch count back up to what it was when we first started. So that's 4 around the chain and a 1 into the single crochet. And our very last stitch goes into the top of that single crochet. Now for our next row, which is our row 4, we are going to chain up 3 and turn our work. Now this chain counts as your first double crochet of the row, so we're going to skip this starting stitch here, and then into the top of our next 4 stitches we will be placing one single crochet. So once you finish this section, you will have your chain, and then you'll have 4 double crochets. Now we're going to chain 1, skip 1, and place in 4 double crochets over the 1 double crochet over the next 4 stitches. Sorry. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. We're going to carry this pattern on all the way along, so that is 4 double crochets, chain 1, skip 1, 4 double crochets, until you get to the end of your work. Okay, so for this last section, okay, what we are going to be doing is we are just going to work across, and we are going to place 5 double crochets in. The last one, of course, being on that very last stitch. Now you may find it hard to find, you may find it difficult to find it, so I would suggest that if you've not done this stitch before, that you actually mark your first and last, just until you get confident with the stitch. Alright, so now it is a case of repeating rows 2, 3 and 4, and that is it over and over again. So I'm going to work with you now to show you the placement of working a row number 2 again, and then I'm going to pop in the timestamps in the description box below for you to then carry on with row 3 and 4. Hopefully you get it. It's really easy and really simple. So here we go again. Chain 1 and turn your work. Single crochet into the first stitch, and then chain 4. Skip 4 and into that gap, okay, where the chain 1 space is, we just pop in a single crochet. We repeat that all the way along. So it's chain 4 and skip 4, single crochet around the chain. Remember, for your last block, we do not put your single crochet into the gap, we actually put it into the top of the chain. Otherwise it makes it go wibbly wobbly. So not the gap, the top of the chain. And there we go. And so that is the end of that row. Now it's time to rewind, and we will start on row 3 together. The timestamp will be down in the description box below. I'll be back in a few moments to tell you how many sets of repeats you will need to do. Right, so for the square today, you are going to need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total pattern repeats. So that is 5 blocks across by 5 blocks up. Added extra. Right, so not only can you do this stitch in little blocks with 4 double crochets in, but you can do it with blocks of 5 or 3. Okay, now all of these are based off of the same stitch count, but your chaining gaps are different. Okay, so for you to change up your stitch, okay, and give you 3 similar but different blocks. So if you wanted to do this as well to add into your blanket, of course you can. I've got them, so I'll end up adding them in. Now the really good thing about this square is it doesn't have to be 100% accurate and the same size as each, because of the chaining method that we're using at the bottom. It gives us enough room to be able to stretch them so they all come out the same size. Yeah, super cheeky, super cheap, but there we go. Right, that is it for me for today. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. I will see you all really soon. If you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe. Ta-ra for now, everybody.